Hello friends and welcome back. We are now on episode 43 of our Rogue Legacy Let's Play, and things aren't showing any signs of stopping anytime soon. So, I want to welcome you back and say how awesome it is that we are down to just this one piece of gear that we still have yet to find. I mean, I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. I'm sure it'll probably be, maybe the next 3 tops episodes, but I could be wrong. And we've only got these 2 little bits of stuff left to buy here. Just one there, 7,600 gold, and then a whole bunch on the magic damage up stats. So I think we're in the final few episodes of general progression, and then of course we got to buy all these runes, which is probably going to take, I don't know, like another 100,000 maybe. I don't really know how long that's going to stack. Maybe that's a little bit over the top, but I'm not sure exactly how those are going to scale either. So let's get in and let's just go for another super farm run. I do want to address, of course, the people in the last episode that were mentioning about how the Spelunker run went. I mean, it wasn't the best run, obviously, and I probably should have kept the Grace rune on there. But, I'm going to revisit that, so don't worry about it. I'm going to try different permutations and try to get just, like, the best run possible out of each challenge run episode. I think what might end up happening is as things start to transition into to the point where we're just doing exclusively challenge run-esque situations, I'm probably going to end up doing like one run every other day instead of making this a daily series, and fill in the other days with some other game. That might be Spelunky, that might be another series entirely. It's still up in the air, but I'm working on that. I'm probably going to have that addressed and figured out in under a week. I mean, that's probably how long we have left anyway. Defeat all enemies, that's what I like to see. So, I mean, people have mentioned that I need to be in certain areas to get to the final bits of armor. I think it was mentioned that I need to kill a certain mini-boss to get the last dark piece. That may or may not be true. I haven't actually seen if that's the truth yet. But, I think somebody said that that's the way it was, and then I ended up finding a piece in, like, the castle or something, which is kind of strange. Oh, I just realized my mana and health bars are reversed. That's not good for me. That kind of completely invalidates this run. So why don't I just finish this room up and then promptly kill myself and we'll start over or something. Not that I'm going to do that intentionally, but I don't think this run is going to have legs, unfortunately. So we'll at least try and get enough gold to complete our first goal, which was just to finish out that one last stat point. Let's see what's in here. Hey, more gold. Alright, so I think we're already good on that front. Let's see if this painting dies. Nope. And what's going on over here? Missile shooter. Man, I was surprised to see when I got rid of that Grace rune that I think it was the last cusp of where the level index breaks up with respect to where the enemies start to jump to the next tier. Because right now, they're like tier 2 out of 3, I think, and then once we get up to the next whatever set of levels, like 10 levels higher than where they are, which apparently is what's accomplished by removing that Grace rune, then they get way, way harder and they transcend into like their next form. Graphically, like they start doing more aggressive attacks and start to turn colors and get all scary and stuff. I'm not into that. Again, it might have been a little silly of me to get this far into the game progression-wise if my intentions were to do challenge runs. Oh, look who it is. Of course it's going to be you. Alright, let's just jump into this. I'm going to pick the middle one today. Nothing. Alright, so I wasted 2,000 gold. Doesn't matter to me. If I won, that would have been a nice little windfall, but without winning, I'm not worried about it. I'll just fly our way into the next room. Okay, I had a feeling that guy would hit me. But I think what I have right now... Oh, I'm probably going to die in a second here. What I have right now as far as my character goes is probably like the best that I could do for progression. This is definitely a nice combo for me. And that is a big chunk of gold right there. This set of, combination of crit damage versus the survivability of having super high HP, I think those things go pretty nicely together. Alright, I might get through a couple more rooms now. Unless I make the unwise decision to go down, which I'm not going to do. So we'll shoot for another Barbarian King or Queen, I guess, after this. If failing that, we'll go Paladin. Oh wait, is this a dead end? Yes, it is. Failing the Paladin, we'll go maybe Hokage, maybe Lich, I don't know. Oh, and somebody addressed the fact that I say library. Do I really say library? I thought I said library. If I was hasty in saying that, because I said it like 5 times, then my mistake. I might have just been having a weird moment. I do care quite a bit about the pronunciation and articulation of words. I hope that comes through for the most part, but I also, I'm human. I make silly mistakes, sometimes many times in a row. Alright, so that was a super lame run. I'm sorry about that. Who did we have at the top there? Spell Sword. I'm definitely going to go and do magic runs, so anybody that's noticed I haven't been doing that, I will make sure to work that back in. So we've got another Barbarian King, and let's spend our last point here. There we go, maxed out, and I can buy one of those, and we're at 29 out of 75. Still a little ways yet to go. Is there anything? I don't think there's a single thing I can buy for 1433. We've passed that point in our Rogue Legacy career, so let's just jump right back into the castle. And we're going to have a real good run this time. I can almost promise you, this is going to be a real good one. We're going to go over 100k. I'm not even going to worry about it. And I mean, I could probably even get more HP, but I'd rather just stay right where we're at. I think this is a nice compromise. I like that I can kill certain things by running into them. I think that feels very nice. I mean, it doesn't feel nice for a character, but it feels nice for me as the player of the game to get to watch while my character takes all this stupid damage, and then I actually end up killing the enemies as a result. Because that is pretty much my favorite thing, is to just tank all the hits. Wow, I'm surprised he didn't strike me. Defeat all enemies. Oh, it's one of these. And I have a chakram, so that means I can't do it most likely. Yeah, the ceiling doesn't go high enough. I learned my lesson from before, but if we follow this over, yeah, it goes right between the two, so we can't hit that top one. That's unfortunate. I always find myself in that position where I just can't hit one of them. Anyway, I've addressed that enough times for now. Let's speak on the fact that this castle is just such a silly, silly configuration of rooms sometimes. I was just sort of thinking to myself, and I might have even talked about this in a prior episode, but like, if you actually lived in this castle, like, what would you do on a day-to-day basis trying to move around? I mean, I understand that this is some sort of, like, 13 ghosts, like, riddle puzzle box or something of castle walls. I probably should have come back to this guy, shouldn't I have? Nothing. Alright, whatever. I wasted it early. Wasn't super worried about it anyway. I probably could have used that to take my run over the top if I was about to have a particularly good run, which so far I'm not sure I am, but I'm hoping. But anyway, it got me to thinking about, like, alright, so we've got this idea of a room or a castle that reconfigures itself and changes around, and I also covered this game called Infinity Castle that sort of is a similar premise in that, well, you can just endlessly wander around a randomly configured castle, and it's a really cool thing to see, especially from a first-person perspective. But it sort of made me wonder, like, there's probably, like, a really good application to this sort of a game in, like, the horror genre, and it's something that I think serves it very well, considering people really, really seem to love horror games. Like, why isn't there a great, outstanding horror game with randomly generated elements to it? I mean, I'm sure there's something, and it's probably just slipping my mind at the moment. But for the most part, I think it just relies so much on scripted events and jump scares and stuff. I think something like that could really make it go over the top. And again, I'm positive there are some things, and I know there's even games I've played in Indie Impressions that are randomly configured horror games. I think that one, Paranormal or something, was like that, but it just needed a lot more work. But I think the concept of not knowing where you're going and having that be a prevalent theme, rather, is a thing that could really go far to really bring, take the character or take the player out of their zone of comfort, which is a very important thing to do. You know, predictability is the total enemy of horror games, and the more you know about a game, the more you're going to be able to just not really worry or care or think about what's going on, and you're just going to rush through things, and, oh, wow, 2 chicken legs already. And yeah, by the time you know it, you've already finished the game. You're not thinking about it on a, what is the word? A cerebral level, I guess. And it sort of becomes rote repetition, redundancy, and you definitely don't want that. Anyway, ironically enough, I'm going around in circles with redundancy, talking about redundancy. It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. Can you imagine what 10,000 spoons would look like? And there's nothing that you could do with 10,000 spoons, like, with the, if you had 10,000 spoons that you couldn't do with a knife. Like, I'm pretty sure that those things would substitute for each other. If you have enough spoons, like, why couldn't you just turn it around and use the other end? I mean, what are you cutting through? You trying to cut through metal? I mean, you shouldn't be using a knife for that anyway. So, I don't know, I think the whole premise is flawed. Okay, there we go. These guys still frighten me a little bit. Oh, wow, I can crit them in one shot, huh? He seemed like he was a little weaker than normal that time. So we're at 22k. So far I feel okay about this run. Not amazingly good, but again, our priority here is mostly to just look for equipment. The gold thing is becoming a little bit secondary, and there's really just that one piece of equipment left. So we're going to definitely try and get that in the next episode or 2 or 3 at most, hopefully. And we will try and prioritize exploring the Maya and the darkness if possible, Not sure if it's gonna be possible, but we will try. Again, I am so over level. Like, saying it's not gonna be possible is so silly when I'm level 461. Like, when would it be possible if it's not possible now? I've got almost all the levels that there are to have. So, and a Grace Rune on top of it. And to those of you saying, like, take the Grace Rune away, I sort of went over that already in this episode. But I feel like I found the best balance of game progression versus level. Like, I think I have the most likelihood of getting the most money exactly where I am right now. So I feel like it would take away, a little bit anyway. Oh, I want that gold. Yeah, well, I want that gold too. Yeah, it would take away my chances of running out with more money if I were to make the enemies harder, even though I would get slightly more money for doing so, if you know what I mean. I like that box at the top that's just sitting there vibrating. Alright, what's to our right? Some more statues, and above, take no damage. Alright, this is where I can chakra my way through this whole situation. Pretty much guaranteed win here. Don't even worry about the money, man. It's all good. Now I just have to worry about their stupid spike balls bouncing off of things and hitting me. Just don't want to run right into one of those. Oh, geez, that's exactly what happened, and now I'm the dumbest person in the world. That was almost unavoidable, right? I mean, I probably could have jumped if I would have jumped at the exact right moment, but it didn't feel very possible to me. You again! What are you doing in this castle? Alright, let's do it. I'm never gonna turn you down, you know. Let's go to chest number 1. Nothing! Nothing, 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 nothing at all. Okay, where are we in the castle? Let's go down and to the right. And I feel like I've tried a number of different configurations. I know there's still probably a way to optimize my character a little bit better using specific runes other than this, but I really do like the combination of the two, or rather the 4 gold runes and then the 1 grace rune. I think goes really well together. I know I could challenge myself, and I will do that. I'm just finishing out progression. And when that's all done, you know, throw caution to the wind, we'll do all kinds of crazy things. And I've had it said a couple of times that maybe the Rogue Legacy Let's Play might be getting a little stale for some of you, and I hope that's not always the case. Maybe it just be the vocal minority, and not even the vocal minority, it was just like one person that said that, but I feel like it could be the case. And if that is the case, that's why I'm going to take action and try and mix it up a little bit. And I'm not going to stop it by any means. I don't have any plans of stopping it anytime soon, but it may just take a, not even a back seat, but like a side seat, a lateral movement, I suppose. Oh, we found the forest. Okay, cool. I'm fine with the forest. Let's hang out in here for a minute. Okay, well this could be a really awkward place for me to live. Okay, there's dudes in every direction. Might as well just run into all of them, right? I thought I was going to have a really good run, but now I'm starting to feel things could be a little bit limited. What's still to our right? I don't think I explored all the way over in that direction. Oh, we still got a skeleton, another ball guy. There are so many ball guys around here. Alright, didn't even need that chakram. And balls in general. This is just the room full of balls. This is like we're at Chuck E. Cheese or something. It's a ball pit. Oh, got gold, and I was hoping for a chicken leg on one of those. Hey, a journal. Exactly what I don't need. You can't hide the mini-map, right? Because there are times when I've felt the need to hide the mini-map. And also that prompt that tells me, like, don't take damage, as I'm sure you know, because I've said it about 100 times. What is going on? So we gotta go down and either left or right. I'm gonna go right since we're already over here. Another ball guy. Oh. Alright, keep turning around in the middle of the air. Stop doing that. I got stuck on that corner. Did you see that? I was just hanging in the air for a moment. Oh, and I'm suffering from horrendous itchy nose syndrome today. I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe I'm having allergies or something, but my nose is just like... it's off the hook. I don't know what to do, other than itch it, I guess. Thankfully, this is one of those games where it's not like you're gonna die from moment to moment if you take your finger off the controller, or your fingers, because I'm not playing this with one finger. And if I could, that would be quite a talent, and I would actually be putting a camera on it. That was a lot of gold in those chests. Oh, excuse me. I'm also very happy to hear the bunch of people that have come to my defense and said that they enjoy my rambling. I've questioned it at times, whether or not it's more funny or more annoying to people. I mean, I could always just stay on topic if that was the case. But like I've said in prior episodes, I think the The obvious thing is to sort of mix it up a little bit because, you know, how many episodes can you just strictly talk about gameplay conventions? And plus, I got plenty of things to say, right? I mean, I don't really do, like, a constant vlog series or anything, so it's kind of a nice little platform to have. Look at this stupid thing. Just hanging out, become a part of the scenery, become a bro today. Let's grab some more money. 53,000. Alright, well, we're halfway to a good run, I guess. Can't be all that bad. You know, half good makes it, what? Above average? Like, lukewarm? Positively mediocre? I don't know. If you say a word before it, it sounds like all of a sudden you put more emphasis on the concept of it being mediocre, which sort of distracts you from the fact that mediocre is mediocre. Also, mediocre sounds like some sort of strange preparation for okra. Like with chopped beef or something, meaty okra. So there's certain words that just sound like they're really out of place in the English language, and a lot of times I think it's because we steal words from plenty of other languages. If anybody wants to, you know, teach me on the origins of the word mediocre, feel free. Alright, what's going on over here on the left? Well, I'll just run into that guy. Should probably play a little bit more carefully when my health is this low, but there is a part of me that feels slightly compelled to run and run and run and see where that gets me. Angry Star, man, you're dead. You know, if you've ever seen me play Earthbound, you'll know I don't take it easy on Angry Starmen. Amazing game, by the way. Alright, we found a journal. I like that little combo move where I hit the thing on the ceiling and then also stab below me on the way down. Forgot this guy, evidently. Let's go this way now. Okay, well. Blood balls, are you going to be my downfall? No, not today. Not yet, anyway. We've got another room to the right. Let's go that way. And what are these floating rocks about? Is this more magician shenanigans? It's a very strange forest. I really have questions to ask the architect of this forest. Alright, might as well grab this. Another couple thou. I like the timing on some of those fire pits. They're like just enough for you to sneak through and make you feel kind of special. I like how these are alternating also and symmetrical all the way across until you get over here. So you get the light on the top, the bottom, the top. Although the rocks are not symmetrical, but that's okay. And a little strange how that moon just happens to be directly behind us in every single situation. Easy to forget that it's there, though. Whoa, I almost just crashed right into that. Which is a real bad idea when I have this little bit of life left. 86 out of 1,568. Goes to show you how fast I can squander the gift of precious HP. Excuse me. Kinda want to land on that guy's head, but at the same time, I have a, you know, a notorious habit of squandering those moves as well. Alright, I hear skittering. It's our usual suspect. Oh, look at you. Just gonna hang out below that platform, huh? Standard. I wouldn't expect anything more from one of you green magicians. I don't know why I'm throwing the chakram in the wrong direction. Oh, jeez. Wow. That was a total panic move right there. Did you see that? I was just like, alright, press all the buttons at the same time. Hey, look at that. 200 health just from that one thing. Stomp. Oh, come on. The amount of health that takes out of my life for smacking into him is silly. Oh, ball guy. I need to write my own, like, official Nick's Guide to the Enemies of Rogue Legacy, like, go through the ending or something in the credit sequence where it names all of them and just, like, put my titles over what I call them. Like, the ball guys and the angry stars and the skittering wolves. Really is true. You come up with your own little vernacular for every game. What can I do about it? I can foos. I can definitely foos if that's the thing. There we go. If only it would just kill all of the, you know, the turrets that are shooting out the fireballs. Let's do that again. Doom. Did I ever bring that up before, the Doom thing? I used to play this game. It was like my very first MMO of my life when I was like 11 or something for the Mac OS. And it was called Clan Lord. and there were these mushroom people, and they constantly said Doom all the time, and that's what that makes me think of for whatever reason. I had a really good time playing that game. It had a remarkable sense of mystery to it for a, like, top-down, crudely drawn MMO with very few players and a small community. It's kind of incredible, actually, the amount of character that a game can have. Why did I not foos in that position? I knew I was going to get hit. What's your first MMO out there, people? People watching? I don't know. You people out there, what are you doing? Kind of curious. I imagine a lot of people started with World of Warcraft. I wouldn't blame you. I mean, it is only the most prevalent and popular MMO of all time, although it's less so at this point. I had my own time. I took my lumps playing WoW. I think I definitely spent like a good, 3-4 years on that game. I stopped when we got to Cataclysm. I was out of it by the end of the one before that. What was that? There was a Burning Crusade, and then there was the Frozen Knight guy, Artorias Station Wagon. I don't remember what his name is all of a sudden, which is kind of blasphemy, I understand, considering how many hours I spent in the game to forget the name of the second expansion pack. Hey, I got the Dark Helm! You know what that just means? In this bizarre moment of rambling, I've just finished my entire mission of collecting all the armor in Rogue Legacy. We're done! Golf clap. Alright, I don't even know if you could hear that, but I golf clapped for a second. I hope you clapped along. And, yeah, so we're done with the mission. Now we just need to buy all the stuff. Oh, there's spikes there. And surprisingly, it looks like this run may actually come back from the dead. You know, reanimated from its shambling, falling apart corpse. The shambling corpse of Larry King. Sometimes those Cards Against Humanity cards just show up in the middle of what I was going to say. Pretty strange thing to have show up, and probably not recommended if you're, you know, under the age of 21. Actually, also if you're over the age of 21, as it turns out. You probably just shouldn't say those things in public. But, you know, if we're among friends, who cares, right? I'm glad you guys don't mind. Cards Against Humanity is a real wacky thing. And if you've never tried it, by the way, check it out, Pretend You're ZZ. Just type that into your favorite search engine. PretendYourXYXXY, I think is how you spell it. It'll probably come up in the Google search if I'm anywhere near the proper spelling there. I might not be, I might be, I don't know. But yeah, it's a great game to play with friends, and I actually occasionally, when it's like 4 in the morning and I have nothing better to do, I'll get together and just play with random people. So if you watch my Twitter feed, sometimes that'll happen. I've done it at least like 3 or 4 times now, and I'll probably do it more. Alright, what's going on down here? I think we've almost reached... Yeah, we're actually surprisingly close to 100 thou, which is not what I expected given that we were almost dead a while ago. Foos. Excuse me, I got stuck on that edge. This guy could be a problem. Well, I hit him, but, you know, not in time. Foo. Just say foo. And what's above me? Oh, nothing but above me, nothing. Oh, we've got a chest over here. How did I not notice? Now I'm just foosing for the fun of it. Alright, we broke 100 thou, so I feel good. Feel good about this episode and this run now. Well, I mean, I had to feel good about this episode. We've accomplished what we couldn't accomplish in, like, 42 other episodes. And where do I still have to go? There's a bunch in the forest I haven't seen yet. Pardon me one second, I'm gonna take a sip of my water here. Alright, we're gonna go left, down, and then there should be a warp. As someone who finds myself speaking for a living all of a sudden, it's a strange thing to have to worry about, you know? In the past, I never had to worry about ever taking care of my voice, and since I listen to, like, metalcore and, like, hardcore music, I'm constantly singing along to that. Why can I not select this teleport point? Is it not? Oh my god, I found it. There it is. But yeah, I used to just regularly just shred my voice, and a lot of times if I speak for, you know, a good bunch of hours, like 5 or 6 hours in a row, and I don't drink enough in the process, which is something I should really get myself out of the habit of doing. I find my voice regresses to a state that sounds like when I've been screaming too much. And it's a strange thing to say also, because for the uninitiated, you know, people who listen to metalcore music or hardcore music, they don't even think twice about this, but, like, the concept of screaming during your singing is just, like, a thing. It just happens all the time. And I like to sing along, so it is what it is. Alright, so we're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna push ourselves now to try and grab 150k. I'm almost certain that's not gonna happen, but, you know, why not set a goal? Gotta be ambitious, you gotta have gumption, right? Gumption is a thing. You don't want to just roll over and give up. 106 is going fast all of a sudden. Just run into that fire, I guess. I'm gonna be really disappointed if I get to the point where, you know, I beat all the stuff, I got all the equipment, and I find out that basically every run that's not the Barbarian is just gonna end in 5 minutes. I mean, that might actually be the reality of what goes on. And if that's the case, we'll adapt. Oh wow, did you see that? This little mid-air switcheroo he just did there, where he jumped and then he just sort of like floated over to the platform because he decided, I'm gonna be up here now. Defeat all enemies. I can't. I have a chakram, bro. Can't do it. Sorry, you'd like me to, but I have nothing to offer you in that situation. Let's get out of here before the bones take over. They often do that. Oh, we've got a bunch of big horses here. Let's do our worst on them. A nightmare. Alright, no big deal. Seriously hoping that the developer of this game is strongly considering doing some DLC for this game, because it would just be such a shame if there's not more content to this eventually in some form or fashion. I don't even care. Just, like, give me something. I would buy just about anything. I'm certainly sold on this concept. So we find ourselves at a bit of an odd situation here. We're 26-ish minutes in, and the run has just ended. I'll probably wrap things up at this point, because we'll go and spend that money now. And I think it's a nice moment to do so. So we've got a couple of paladins, with one with PAD and scythes, one with axes and stereo blind, and 80 HD. That one's only got PAD. Both of them are actually pretty good. I kind of like the axe better, as I've mentioned 100 times. I like being able to hit stuff above and below me. So what do I do at this point? I guess I just toss all my money into magic damage up, and then just try and remember to use it constantly. I think that's probably the right call, or I could just spend some on runes. I'm just going to spend it all here. You know, it's not going to take me long. Alright, so 43 out of 75. What was that, about 10 that I just spent on? And we've got our final thing. Oh, and I got the achievement, Disposophobia. I don't know what that says. Anyway, we've got the entire dark set now, and I probably should have just spent on that and just finished that off as well, because we've bought, like, all the other armor except for that one piece. Well, we'll get that on the next episode. Oh, and somebody kept asking me to buy the gray sword. I assume they meant this one. Yeah, it is just very, very gray. It's not, you know, not finished or bought yet. It's there. I have all of the pieces of equipment except for the one. And interesting that the achievement is for just finding them, not necessarily buying them. I also had somebody ask if I could do a completely dark set. I'm not opposed to that, actually. We're going to have a whole thing. It's going to be like a, hey guys, post your favorite idea for challenge runs. Exactly basically what Northern Lion does with his Isaac series. I'm going to look through them, and we'll pick the either the most upvoted or my favorite one. We're very close to doing that, though. So, you know, give it another 2 or 3 episodes. I think we're going to be there. But anyway, that's going to wrap us up for this episode. Another nice bit of progress. You know, we can put a cap on the end of our journey of getting all of the equipment. Now we've just got to buy that last one, finish out the stats, and buy all the rest of the runes, and we're good to go. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me for another half an hour. I hope it was enjoyable for you, and if you're still enjoying the series, please do let me know. I will be sort of gauging the reception of these last few episodes a little bit to determine, you know, how long the challenge run area is going to go, or how long really all of it's going to go. So please do let me know if you're still into it. And if you're not, say that as well. You know, that's totally valid. I don't know how many episodes of a series people are ever into, so I am always interested in hearing what your preference is, one way or the other. You know, I am here to entertain as well as give you guys, you know, the communication, community, and all of those good, happy feelings. So, you know, I watch, I read, I'm here, and I hope you enjoy it. So let me know all of those things. Comments, likes are always welcome if you think I deserve them. And we will start to transition into a whole new world of Let's Playing over here on the Rockly Smile channel on YouTube. So thank you again, and I hope you have a lovely night. I'll talk to you all later.